I don't want to hurt you, but now I'm going to.
Yeah, you guys stood zero chance. Yeah, to all of you. Ooh, a chest.
Looks like you're buying at the next pub, Fla.
Oh, I need to check see if my pistol guns. I don't think it is. Because my witch mother, my potion went out too. All right. Okay, there we go. So much stuff to loot.
Maybe I should have joined the Voyagologists.
Move now!
Jump in a fox.
You made it! Sorry about all the cobwebs and cult guys, but this is the closest I could get us to Nocturnal's realm. Let's make this quick so we can get out of here.
Sounds like a plan, buddy.
Nocturnal can shape the night. So spooky. As they roam, the spirits of Evergloam gather up that shadow stuff. Some of them have even gathered enough to make a snarl of creation. That's what we're after here. Shadowy creation. Make like the locals and stick to the shadows. You should be able to pickpocket the creation right out of their shadow stuff. Whatever they're made of. I know you can do it. You could kill them, but they didn't really do anything to us, you know?
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Besides, I like Nocturnal, even though I've had to fucking, come to blows with her, I still like her. Wrong button. Just eat some more ice cream, guys.
I wish a spinner would come by. I'd love to taste.
And all done with ice cream. Uh-oh. Sorry, guys. I didn't see the ad thing. Actually, the exit's literally just right over here, so. Alright, let's go say hi to Mr. Griffin. There's no word. That I'm gonna read these real quick. This Glorian has begun. We're going to desk shots in your type soon. This library here is equipped with a assistant. Forgotten languages are in the script here and secret call. There's something in the combination of three secret call to make till effort be required before we fully identify like the many secrets. Please consult the list set by separate courier of more recent tomes and histories that we can use here to check against those found in the Scholarium, such cross-checking is vital for us to determine the truth. Determine what the truth of the eldest tells us, the other stories have evolved over time. Thank you for your time and attention in this manner, and may Magnus watch over us. Inard Renell. Alright. Tomes. Larkish. Immunity and water damage, which involves a perilous condition. Okay, Mr. Griffin. Hello, Mr. Griffin.
We make a pretty good team. Not as good as Griffin and I, but still, not too shabby. I'm glad you're trying to restore the Sklur Ulfsild's library.
I get that too, little fox.
I sense you return with treasures of fire, ink, and shadow. Though, to be fair, the fox spoiled the surprise. He was quite giddy upon his return. Well done. These stolen magics will allow me to secure the Scholarium. Ages ago, Ulfsild and I researched an ancient type of mystical soldier. I imagine these constructs as silent protectors watching over the Scholarium's halls. With the untamed power of the Daedric princes, finally, our vision will become reality. I will. You have upheld justice, acted as a protector, and been a boon companion to my dearest friend. You've earned this, and then some. You may add my power to the scribing altar.
Thank you.
Now is the time to put these stolen magics to use. Burn with the fires of the Deadlands. Let rise the shadows of Evergloam, and writhe with the ancient power of Apocrypha. Knights of the Scholarium, begin your watch. May it never end.
Okay, that's cool.
Use my strength well. Rejoin my domain. May you master scribing as you master yourself. Go and carry my strength. You will always be welcome here.
Woohoo. One more down. Excuse me. All right. Let us add him.
Well done.
The Netch and the Dragon may be more outspoken, the Indrik more powerful, but I believe the Griffin and the Fox were part of the Scholarium's heart. Good to see that heart beating again.
Look at these constructs. The Archmagister himself will be jealous if we can ever get him down here. A commitment I can respect. The role of protector often goes unsung in bardic songs. Even knights who should know better want to leap into the fray. It takes discipline and heart to be a protector. Discipline like yours.
Oh, thank you.
Of course. Just look around. You've made a huge impact on the Scholarium. You took another big step forward in your journey to master scribing. And, of course, you reunited two old friends. You should be proud, adventurer.
If you'll excuse me, I've got...
Do not be rude. Just to smell. Myself included. It's a good sign that we have plenty stored for winter and needed precious with scraps. Aww. Oh, you cute. Alrighty.
The Fable of the Dragon. This one's going to be a puzzler, my friend. The path to master scribing seems to be a winding one, eh? Fable upon fable. Except, I know I've heard the story of Misby before, and when I paged through earlier, it seemed off.
What do you mean by that?
Missing something. Not quite right. It stood out because we found copies of the Fable of the Dragon all over the library. We couldn't tell which one was Ulfsild's annotated copy because, well, that's your thing. However, we did find an echo. I think it's about the dragon, but I could be wrong. I love puzzles, but Ulfsild's echo said some pretty cryptic stuff. It's in the first room straight ahead as soon as you enter the East Wing. Just let me know if I can be any help.
Alright,
The others
I like
and I are
to
trying to look at the Fable of the Dragon the way you do. You know, deciphering locations from the text, in case you need our help. It started a few arguments, but I don't mind. Helps that I like the work. I love them. Julian hates them. Laren seems indifferent, and Nard says he likes them, but I think he was just trying to be nice. You seem the type. Even still, if you need my help or just want to talk some ideas over, come find me. From everything I've read so far, the dragon loves riddles the way the ones in the stories love gold.
Ah, fantastic riddles. I do like riddles, I just really suck at them. I used to be really good at them when I was a kid, but I don't know what happened, I just broke. It's like somehow over time my ability to handle them just completely just crapped out. I was like, oh, that's fantastic. Thanks.
On the path to ally with the dragon, you must choose your words carefully. If she asks if you are my inheritor, do not agree or disagree. Insist upon taking her trial. Then, on the path to ally with the dragon, you must choose your words carefully. Seek my annotated fable at the meeting of many paths. A room full of doors with no hinges. A riddle indeed. The first of many. But I have faith you'll find your way.
I would if the game didn't give me lots of hints. Yeah, I need help.
You listened to the echo? I think she's talking about the portal room, but we searched it 3 times over. There's no fable in there. The antechamber to the main hall is a portal room, not just because it's convenient, but because it was easy. I could sense spell hooks aplenty in that room, dating back to Ulfsild's era. They used that chamber for the exact same purpose. Be good at what you do, my mother always used to say. Even if it's not your calling. Hang on, I didn't think about Ulfsild's lens. Maybe the book's hidden in there and you're the only one who could see it. I bet that's it. Go find out.
Alright, we will give it a find out. Give it a check, see what's up. Getting time for me to eat some proper food here soon, though. Love you guys. Yep, here it is. Okay. Okay. Now time to go talk to my buddies. Hi, my buddies.
You're on the path to meet the dragon. This luminary was a real challenge for Ulfsild, and might prove the same for you. Just remember to breathe deeply and stay calm. That's what she told herself the first time through. The monastery Dokrin can be found southwest of Grand Ralka on a crescent moon of water. I don't wish to reveal any more. Ulfsild put her thoughts down plain enough. Have faith in your own cleverness. Good luck.
Bitch, just give me the answer.
I've never seen a dragon myself, but I've seen the damage they can cause. Pity they can't all have an appetite for riddles over destruction, like in that fable.
Be fantastic, right?
As it happens, I'm studying to pick up Ta'agra as a second tongue. Jazenji Sir translates to Jode's Light in Cyrodiilic. Those ruins are just west of Dune. Though I suppose they weren't ruins in Ulfsild's time. Stay safe.
Okay, friend. Oop. I like that line. So no, life is not as I expected it, and that's wonderful. It's real. That's pretty awesome. I like that line. In fact, we're going to snag that. I'm going to embroidery that on something. Ancient Hunter's Journal, huh? The Day of Hare's Leap, Ether Glass, Immer's Bane, Silken Light, Pillars of Ash and Clay, Abandon Our Home, Damn. Okay. Boruto. Twitchback. Naya! Naya, fan!
Any luck finding what you need? Anything I can do to help? Can I see the annotations? Here, Kaj Rawlith. That's an old ruin site in northwestern Reaper's March. Fort Grimwatch is built over it now. And the bit about the door at the end. Did you notice that riddle went unsolved in the fable? No, don't tell me, I want to guess. What has a wide mouth, yet never speaks with its own voice? It's a well, right? Because when you speak into a well, it speaks back in an echo. Then I suppose we're both right. Perhaps there's a few potential answers these riddles could have. Though for your sake, hopefully not. Good luck out there.
I mean, a well is a really good answer. Come here, other friend. Though you're not as friendly as the other ones, I don't think.
I won't lie. I was envious that you had first rights to exploring this place with Nalia, to restoring the altar, especially after seeing how much she's opened up with you around. Now that I know it involves riddles, not so much. There's a village called Willow Grove in the south of Reaper's March. As you can imagine, it's near a large grove of willows. I don't really care for riddles, but Nalia said she could use the help. And that's the best I can figure. I don't know. Probably not in the village itself. Aren't there caves everywhere?
Not necessarily.
You're headed there anyway. Maybe find a viewpoint and have a look around.
Okay. Alright. However, we will now call this, and we will do dinner time, friends. Let us open up. Because I have to actually cook. We're going to need a little bit. Here we go.
Disclaimer. He felt every fiber of his being tremble with doubt. His entire worldview came crumbling down, this entire long journey leading up to this one simple clarity of truth. He had found the edge, after all. The earth is flat, exclaimed Aiden. Isn't that right, Aiden? Yes, indeed. Welcome to today's video, Aiden. Do you know what today's video is about? That's right. Aiden, you nice smelling little bean. It's about, well, stuff related to Flat Earth, I suppose. I guess we're going to have a bunch of stuff in that video. I wouldn't be surprised. It's not a confidently correct video if we don't have a bunch of Flat Earth stuff. Well, good evening. Lotties, lasses, and lassos. Welcome to the clique. You smell absolutely astounding today. And don't let anyone else tell you otherwise, especially you. Aiden, my God, you beautiful little bean, Aiden. I'm so happy to have you here today. So anyway, today we're going to do one of my favorite things to do on this channel. We're going to look into r/confidently incorrect, and I also took the liberty to mix in a little bit of Facebook science into this video to just spice up those scientific takes, because I am just giddy with excitement, and I do hope that you are too. So just sit back, relax, grab a snack, and feel your sweet buttocks grow. Enjoy. Mwah. I hope you enjoy this video as much as it makes me suffer.
6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 times 0 equals 6 equals 0.
It's 0. Everything multiplied by 0 is always 0. Why are both people in this meme incorrect? And then the person replying to it is also incorrect. I need to post this to my Twitter. Last time I did this, people were so upset with me. And some people, like, really took it serious. They were like, click! You're supposed to be an engineer, and you do. Ah, gorgeous. The unironic thing, though, is that tweet got like a crap ton of engagement compared to like what I normally post. So like rage bait legitimately works. I have conducted my own experiments on how well rage baiting does. It's wild.
Exploring the forgotten mysteries of American history, from the mold builders,
That sounds gross.
to the giants of ancient and the enigma of the hollow earth. Immerse yourself in a fascinating journey through the threads of narrative that weave our understanding of the past.
More details below. Look at these pictures. And there's a dude circled in each one of them for some reason, even though all this is just really, really obviously AI. What do you mean mold builders?
oh my god, this proves giants were real because I typed into an AI generator, place a giant in this old-fashioned photo, and it did. It proves they were real. How else could they have done it?
I would be totally down with this if it was like fictional stuff. That sounds really cool, like an alternate timeline where stuff is real. That sounds really badass. But alas, I don't think it is. Flowing lava, crater, vent, layers of solid rock formed during early eruptions. Volcano pipe, and here's a bunch of stuff, okay. Globies and globemanics. Biblically proven. They don't know how matter is made, much less to say the Earth is a globe. These images show how land is made. Contrary to the claim that gravity pulls mass to the center, here is Earth belching out matter from the center. This proved that gravity has an equal and opposite reaction, and that's why gravity is electrical? What does this mean? Jump off the globe and land on solid ground. Oh my god. Is this a flat Earth account? Okay. You know what else can prove gravity? You know, when and not disproving it because like a volcano shoots up stuff? Okay, hold on. Let me get a gay plushie. How can gravity be real, but I can toss a gay plushie like this? Explain that, scientists. I mean, volcanoes technically form land, I suppose, but it's like when they rise out of the ocean and, you know, form islands and stuff. I don't know what this has to do with the shape of the Earth at all. It's wild. Like, the lines that are being drawn are just non-existent. Vacuum on Earth and vacuum in space. Look at this. If it's vacuum on Earth, it just... But if it's vacuum in space, it just works somehow. Wow! But fam, it's like literally the opposite though. Oh my god, one of them had a vacuum inside of it that probably isn't made for it, so it's like wrinkled up. And the other one is literally made for withstanding the pressure of having vacuum around it, but air inside of it. This... How does this prove anything? Some things are made to have vacuum in them and some are not. Yeah, some like tubes are made to have really high concentrations of gas in them. Like, you know, diving tubes and stuff like that. It doesn't mean that you would be able to pressurize anything like that without it exploding. Different things are made for different things. Believe it or not. Real sunset versus fake simulator. Real sunsets show a deep orange ball that rests in the clouds, leave a long flat reflection on the flat water, and gently reflects the firmament above. I like how they squeezed in the word flat as many times as possible. That's very convincing. The light is warm, yellow, and beautiful. Simulator sunset, though, are hexagonal and gross. Give off a horrible blue-white light that's simply far too bright. Creates a comically hazy, yet pointed shape that is never perfectly round, as the sun should be. There is often a dark spot in the center. It gives off a weird, long, bright blue rays and feels totally unnatural the more you look. Oh, LED simulator is what I'm calling this thing in the sky. It isn't the sun I remember gazing in several years back. Is this still going on? I've seen this a few times online where people are like arguing the sun was replaced by NASA or something because I remember it was more orange in the past, so now it's probably a light bulb. What? Nothing is as it seems here in this illusory realm and the rabbit hole of lies. Artificiality and deception goes much deeper than most care to decode or research. You haven't researched anything. What do you mean you've taken a few different pictures in different settings with different light? And be like, yeah, it's a bulb. So, what happened to the real sun? Simply curious and not being snide. Also, last week I noticed the sun going down in the direction I've never seen it go down before, northwest instead of westward. What do you mean go downward? Oh my god. Yes, I am just aware. I see the sun, when we see, is now rising and moving in a pattern I have not seen. I am nearer 70 years. In my parents' home and aware if the sun reaching areas in the garden and windows. Nothing, including this weird ultra-blinding entry. It is not the sun.
Maybe that's why my vitamin D levels have dropped dangerously low number. No matter how much sun I get.
Why are all the sentences like botched? Why is the English so weird?
Exactly. I am 64 and I am telling you, the sun used to be yellow. Also, as a side note, when I lived in Blorb, MA in the early 1980s, there was a store in town called the Yellow Sun Food Coop. So there!
The sun can never appear as bright in the sky, because in the 80s there was a store called Yellow Sun.
Oh my fucking god. Where do you think the real sun went? Do you think Bill Gates blocked it out? Oh, this is like that Simpson episode. That's literally a Simpsons predicted this conspiracy. Hell yes. Although it wasn't Bill Gates though, it was Mr. Burns, but still close enough. I definitely remember the sun when I was younger being golden or yellow, and that's what I've seen in the sky for several years, isn't it? It's white and blinding.
Don't pretend to know, but researching for many years, those in charge are just pawns in our Disneyland. The layers. Oh, the layers, it's like an onion. Just like this posts make me cry. Boo-hoo.
A portable hydrogen-rich generator.
Wait, before hydrogen-rich what do you think the age in H2O stand? Okay, you know, I'm not a chemist. Maybe they have a point. Let's keep watching, shall we?
That's what this is. So you guys, I was with my brother-in-law this weekend. He had told me about this, I want to say like 2 months ago. And the company contacted me. I ended up saying, yes, I really want to try this. So I haven't personally done this, but water is not hydrogenated or does not have hydrogen in it. So what does this do? You add the water.
What is... Okay, the water, normal water, doesn't have hydrogen in it, okay? It's just concentrated, what, oxygen? That's the argument? What do you mean water isn't hydrogenated? What?
What does this do? You add the water, and it makes the water hydrogen rich. So I was reading up on it because I don't know much about that, but what's cool about this is it says it repairs cells, improve insulin sensitivity. My mom is diabetic, so if you can use something like water to help your sensitivity, I'm on board, right? Other things I was
Psychos.
Okay, whoa, wait. They're gonna like legit get people killed with this stuff. They're like, if you have diabetes, you don't need insulin because you can just drink water. That's literally it. Hydrogen. What's this? What does a flask actually do?
Reading about it says hydrogen can promote intestinal detoxification. So basically helping you detox. It's going to keep you like avoid constipation. If a water can do that and you don't have to take like a pill or some kind of fiber,
okay,
I'm on board. So I'm going to try this. I'm going to share how I feel. But yeah, I'm really, really excited about it. I had to jump on and talk about it literally right after I got back from Mammoth. So I'll drop the information below, but I'll keep you posted on how I like it.
Over 65% off today. Hydrogen water bottle. I mean, this could literally just have been like, this water makes your water wet. Don't drink dry water. It's not hydrating you unless it's really wet, and that's what this bottle does. This is absolutely insane. This is on par with those people that are like, oh my god, I take this alkaline water and then I put lemon in it because then it's still alkaline for some reason, but you know, completely missing what pH actually is and just whiffing the whole thing. This is wild. So it can replace insulin, basically curing diabetes by just drinking water with hydrogen in it, and it removes constipation, and it makes you more energetic, and it fixes your toxins. It just does everything, doesn't it? If someone says that something removes toxins, right? But they're not able to list what actual
Now, water actually does help with digestive issues, especially if you're constipated. If you drink more water, it'll help lubricate, not lubricate, but like, you get constipated because your intestines get dry. Because they're not releasing enough of their usual lubrication, and that often can happen as a result of being dehydrated. So sometimes water can actually help if you're suffering from consistent constipation. But I wouldn't use it as a catch-all and rely on just water to fix constipation, because there are other things that can cause it. Just a little caveat to that statement he was putting out there.
It is, that means the advertising message was the toxins all along. Who would have thunk it? 5000 BC and 2024 AD, why our ancestors had chiseled faces and didn't need braces. Yeah, you see, when we were Neanderthal Chads, we had chiseled faces, but now we're beta cucks. And this is why humanity's de-evolved. That's not a word. D-evolving. That's not a word. And not evolving as time progresses. A prediction made by the special creation model. That special creation model that can't even spell devolving.
Yeah.
Goody. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that this is a little bit of popo. Oh my god, I hope this sparks the next trend of like alpha masculinity on Twitter, where we like realize that Neanderthals were like buff and stuff, and they're like, yeah, we should be more like our Neanderthal bros, because we have a better Neanderthal than us, and you need to unlock that Neanderthal to be a real Neanderthal alpha. As a side note, it's kind of funny that Neanderthal has been used as an insult because they were actually kind of poggers. So, anyway, next post,
Neanderthals
please.
were
On April 8th,
smart.
the eclipse happened. As well, I believe the United States was bombarded with some form of radiation. If what I believe is true, then every home, business, school, city, state, and federal building from the east coast to the center of Oklahoma that's non-radiated, shielded, or does not have some sort of buffer for radiation like lead bricks. Which
My brain hurts.
is built with lead
I forgot how
bricks
bad these guys
could
just-
not have been
I swear to God, I
contaminated
lose
by
I lose
radiation.
brain cells watching
Attempt to
these
lessen your exposure.
What are you... Where is the exposure coming from, to begin with? What are you talking about? The eclipse? Why would that be radiation? If anything, it's less radiation, because it's less like rays from the sun. What?
Hopefully I'm wrong, but I don't feel like that's the case. If what I believe is true, I don't feel like I'm wrong.
But what's the actual, like, where does this come
Where's
from?
the basis?
What
Where's
do
the
you
facts,
mean?
bitch?
I mean, it's kind of like a vibe. The vibe I got was that we're being bombarded with radiation. It's just a vibe. I can't explain it.
There is this beautiful thing the internet and social media has done, where it gives everyone a voice. But it comes with this horrific downside, that it also gives everyone a voice.
Yeah.
Ooh, here's your little map. Our compass also points to the giant magnetic mountain. What? At the center of the North Pole, okay, is a whirlpool. Oh, this is a flat earth map, where our 4 rivers breathe in and out every 6 hours. This is the reason for the tides. I'm gonna be honest, some of these flat earth things are becoming like so weirdly convoluted and complex that it would just be easier to believe the world is round, wouldn't it? I'm gonna be honest though, this would be a really cool fantasy map. I might steal this for a D&D adventure. Having like a huge magnetic mountain that all compasses point to is kind of cool, and you would also have to add the mechanic that if you get too close to the mountain, all your weapons and armor would just like suck right to it, because the magnetism would be so heavy the closer you get, right? So I could use this for a D&D adventure. Thank you.
POV, your toddler has never taken antibiotics because you make your own.
What does that mean?
And it doesn't destroy her gut microbiome.
Microbiome! Okay, I'm not sure if that's what they're talking about, but having like a diverse flora in your stomach is very important, like the bacteria. It has been proven that, for example, if your diet is really bad, your bacterial flora is less diverse and it affects your health and stuff negatively. So this is actually an important thing to keep in mind, but I'm not sure if that's what they're actually talking about. And what do you mean by like homemade antibiotics? Are you talking about like putting onions in your socks, or do you mean like trying to force your child to eat like blue moldy bread? Because that's probably as close as you're gonna get. What the frick does she mean she makes her own antibiotics? Penicillin was discovered in 1928, but it took until the 40s to work out a way to make it in usable quantities. And we're not even talking usable in humans either. The first animal trials were in 1940, because before then they couldn't make enough for mice. The first human patient to receive penicillin as a treatment needed to have it extracted out of his urine so they could give it back to him, because it was so hard to make. Oh
Damn.
It's like the Bear Grylls meme. I need to eat penicillin. Better drink my own piss. Mass production took an international effort and a world war. Make their own antibiotics. These people freaking kill me. And their kids too, apparently. It's like that anti-vax mom that was like, I'm not an anti-vaxxer because I don't believe vaccines work. I'm an anti-vaxxer because I believe in population control. They're like, ooh. Mom of the fucking year. I'm gonna let my children be unvaccinated because population control. Oh, for the greater good, fam. Peace be with you. Oh, God, I'm sweating. Oh, Jesus Christ. How it is actually moving. Look at this PNG. Milky Way galaxy sparkle. This is the last time I'm gonna say this. You can be Christian and still believe in science. I am. Y'all saying space and dinosaurs aren't real is giving us a really bad name. Go read a book besides the one you only pick up on Sundays. I think that's also kind of a fallacy. To be honest, I think spirituality and science are usually quite disconnected. One is usually about understanding, for example, the meaning of life, or talking about what happens after death, or if you want moral guidance or not feel alone, or whatever it might be, right? Spirituality and science aren't really
the same thing, if that makes sense. Sometimes in the past we have attributed things we couldn't scientifically explain to spirituality and that kind of thing. But I think for the most part they're relatively easy to keep apart, to be honest. Like, you can use a smartphone and still go to church, you know, you're good, fam.
Where in the Bible says about the universe? What's with the grammar in all these comments?
You don't believe there's a universe because a book that was written ages ago didn't mention it? You're dimmer than an 18-cent light bulb. I know, right? It doesn't say anything about the universe or even our galaxy, which means they must not exist, just like automobiles, computers, and mobiles, or like kangaroos. The Bible doesn't mention kangaroos. Kangaroos aren't real, which means Australia isn't real, which means that anyone claiming to be Australian is a paid shill to keep us believing that the Earth is round. Follow my second channel, Flat Click, for more fun facts about Australians.
Oh, you skipped brekkie for this Bobby. Those bogans better keep the ankle biters at home.
You're welcome, Aussies. You're welcome.
Climate change has been happening for billions of years. How can that be if it's caused by humans? CO2 levels in the atmosphere are currently 0.04. If it falls below 0.03, all plant life dies. So tell me how humans are responsible.
Oh, wait. Do you think that I will is spelled as A-L? I'll wait? Well, that tells me everything I need to know about how serious I should take this statement. Dear God. I mean, I'm dyslexic, and I have some, like, horrible spelling and reading words wrong all the time, but, like, what the fuck is this, Scoob? I mean, this is almost like saying, hey, humans making things go extinct isn't bad because there was, like, an asteroid wiping out almost all life in the past. Therefore, human extinction can't be real. Multiple things can do multiple things, fam. What the heck? Yeah. I bet she says, not asks,
if we came from monkeys, then why are there still monkeys too?
Definitely one of those. The Venn diagram is just a circle. Isn't that beautiful?
Today, let's talk about the radical speed changes that would occur if we were actually living in a heliocentric model.
Okay.
We're going to deal with the slowest 2 of 5 simultaneous motions being claimed. One is the rotation of Earth's speed, and the other is the speed around the sun. At night, the rotation of Earth is going with the motion around the sun.
What?
The forces are acting in concert. 1040 miles per hour plus 67 miles per hour is 68,000. During the day, the rotation of Earth is acting in opposition to the motion.
Wait, are you saying that, you know, during the day, it goes like this and spins around the sun, and then during night, it's... That wouldn't make sense. Then the day would just restart. You realize that, right? Like, the light comes from a direction, and if you just did this, there would never be nighttime. Like, if it started spinning the opposite way, then the day would just, like, go backwards, sort of. What? Am I understanding this correctly? This is bonkers.
During the day, the rotation of the Earth is acting in opposition to the motion around the sun.
Okay, minus 10... what? But then they're adding it together, so it's still like...
That's a speed change of 2,000 miles every single day.
Well, because
it doesn't... What effect do you suppose such a radical change in speed would have on standing water? That's right, it would sloosh violently out of place every single day.
Oh, you have done this experiment at home where you, like, have a glass of water and you do this.
Does it? No, it doesn't. Do you know why? It's actually very simple. The heliocentric model is false. It's always been false. In actual reality, you live on a stationary plane. Thank you for listening. Have a marvelous and motionless day. Rotation of Earth, centrifugal force, gravitational force.
Wait, is this also saying that we should be, like, tossed out into space with the centrifugal force? Oh my god, that's amazing. That is amazing that, like, the gravitational force is towards the sun, primarily, and not the Earth if you're standing on Earth, and the centrifugal... That is so weird. Wait, or are they talking about, like, rotational speed around the sun? Because, like, stuff is kind of elliptical in a lot of cases. So, is that where they got the numbers? But, like, just completely misinterpreted what they mean? That's entirely possible, I suppose. Okay, but that whole thing made me intrigued, though. That whole thing made me intrigued. Like, can we be launched into space because the Earth is spinning? You know? If the Earth is truly spinning, why aren't we just being tossed into space with a centrifugal force? That is why on today's Click Academy we are looking at this little Earth, which I'm gonna denounce really pretty, in correct Swedish spelling. So here we have our very good home planet. This is Earth. Everyone loves Earth. And if you're standing on the top of Earth, like a happy little feller that you are, wow, look at that. You're so happy. You also have cat ears. because you're a viewer of the Click channel. Anyway, with this whole idea, right, you have one force pulling you downwards, which we'll read the noun Fg, which is your gravitational force, and a force upwards, which is your centrifugal force, which we will take as Fc. So, according to this argument, right, the Earth can't be round because when it starts spinning, you would be launched into space. Like, that's kind of funny. I like this argument. So, for that to physically happy to launch out this person with the cat ears and stuff into space, this force would need to be bigger than this force. So is Fc actually larger than Fg? We'll find out together, shall we? Fg is very simple. That's just your mass times gravity. So for me, for example, as a little Swedish feller, I weigh about 80 kilograms. The gravitational constant is like 9.81 or 82, something like that. So we'll just say that this is 800 Newton, roughly. That's cool. That's how much I'm getting pushed into the ground. Wow, I feel heavy already. And now we're gonna have a bit of a color swap for pedagogical reasons. Fc equals your mass times the velocity you're going forward. Your velocity is like this. Yippee! That's v. So v squared divided by r. And you see, this is why Fc becomes kind of tiny, because the Earth do be big, y'all. So this for me would be like 80 kilograms. Oh no, they're supposed to be squared. Why is my dyslexia writing it like a 1? This is why I failed so many tests in uni. Dear God, Click. That was like a brief upbringing of trauma, my God. And the velocity is a total of 460 meters per second squared. And then we divide that with the total radius of Earth, which we also have to be in meters, because otherwise the dimensions are going to be all messy between this number and this number.
Oh dear God, that's a big number. Okay, so the radius is 6.
So this is going to be the force that tries to yeet us out into space. I'm gonna cheat and do this on my calculator. I'm not doing this one in my head. 2.65 newtons. I'll write my n right there. So you can see this force, if my calculation is correct, is very much smaller than this force. So conclusion is you wouldn't feel this at all. The centrifugal force that you feel from the Earth spinning is basically negligible. You would never feel this. It's like, hundreds of times smaller than the actual gravitational force on your little body. Thank you so much for showing up to Click Academy to debunk why we don't get yeeted into space by the Earth spinning. But I mean, maybe they would just say that gravity isn't real. In that case, oh no, then we would all just lift very slowly
At this rate, I'm gonna start marking my channel as educational.
Climate change would be happening without humans. After all, it's apparently what killed off the dinosaurs. Even though I don't believe that either. Wait, so you don't believe that the dinosaurs existed, but climate change still killed them? It's like dinosaurs existed when it works for my little argument. That's very cute. Because it was the Great Flood that killed them. Okay. That's the only way to get fossils, is by rapid burial. Burial. Okay, it's not burial. Burial. School has lied to us. I mean, sure, fossils need to be preserved, but you also have to consider that dinosaurs were around for like quite kind of a long time, and the amount of fossils are very much the minority of dinosaurs that ever existed, So it's very much like the few dinosaurs that happened to be buried quickly or were preserved in mud or whatever it might have been. So yeah, half a poopy brown star.
And we had to send our little baby to. Oh my God, it's a good puppy! I give my pets molecules. I take them as well. Amazing for me, yet for them as well. Natural.
What do you mean you're
the fuck do you
taking
mean?
molecules? Do you mean that you pull off little pieces of your animals and be like, I got your molecules. Here's some for you too. We'll see about that. Remember when they claimed aircraft wings cut through a mesh of reinforced steel beams? But here is the proof of a wing being damaged by a pole. Okay, there are a few different things about this, right? There are a few different things about this conspiracy that always gets me going, right? The first one is that the plane wasn't going on like slow, nice speed. The pole is also gonna be damaged. Number two, the plane didn't cut cleanly through the house. It just kind of went kaboom boom. It's not like it went zing through the building like a little ninja star from some anime. It very much crashed and burned. And in turn, that burning is what made the steel beams unstable. And when you're talking about materials and solid mechanics and that kind of stuff, the amount of force something can typically support, the hotter the material gets, decreases. It's not as stiff anymore, meaning that it's going to start bending and acting weirdly. So if you have that sort of building and the beams start getting quite hot, they don't have to literally melt. They just have to get slightly softer to the point the structure can no longer support itself. And then, it just becomes a cascading effect. So, yeah, now this is This is weird, fam. I don't think anyone is arguing this. Unpopular opinion. Menstruation edition.
Women aren't even supposed to have menstrual cycles. This is your womb cleaning itself monthly from all the acidic foods, neurotoxins, and radiation we endure on a daily basis. This sounds like Fallout status effects, man. What the hell? Alkaline vegans and fruitarians barely ever menstruate. I mean, that can also be because people aren't getting enough nutrients, you know? If you don't get enough nutrients,
if you don't get enough nutrients,
shutting down system it doesn't deem necessary in the moment.
The monthly
This can
menses
be
will
one of
stop.
them.
See a doctor if this happens. This is bad.
For all y'all white recessive females in my DMs that contain Neanderthal DNA, we established earlier on in the video that Neanderthals were indeed Chads. Please stop. I cannot speak for you beings, but my ancient African ancestors did not menstruate.
Even dogs menstruate, fam. What are you on about?
Yeah.
This is something that did not occur until recently due to the amount of acidic toxins we breathe and consume in every day.
Ooh, you should hit up that lady that had hydrogen water, because that apparently removed toxins and also fixed your diabetes. So maybe that's not. Maybe the ancestors just drank a lot of hydrogen water. It's all coming together now. Ancient giant trees, oddities, aliens, conspiracies, and giants. That's a mouthful.
For anyone that doesn't believe or understand, if this doesn't look like the remains of a giant tree, then what is it? It's most probably the best example of a picture of a giant ancient tree, I think, I have ever seen, hiding in plain sight. Simply amazing. And here's a picture of this rock. And a lot of 6,000 people were like, darn, this is a good tree. All right, but like, what if we just acknowledge that some things can look like stuff and be shaped like things without literally being the thing? This reminds me so much of that person that tried to make arguments for what food to eat for like which part of the body. Oh my god, if your eyes are bad, eat sliced carrots, because like a sliced carrot looks kind of like an eyeball. If your kidneys are bad, you should eat beans. If your lungs are bad, eat walnuts, because they're sort of shaped like weird looking lungs, you know? No. Stop. I am here interviewing Planet Earth today. Hi there. Hello.
Apparently you've been greening a lot lately. How come?
Yes, it's all this extra CO2.
CO2? But that's bad, surely.
No, it's food for my veg. I love CO2.
Cut! We can't use this.
But I thought you wanted a greener planet.
I don't think this is the argument. Did he just did he just make up the argument to argue against it? This is just a straw man. Speaking of things that grow.
Did you use all that CO2 to grow straws to build a straw man with? That is adorable.
I mean, usually the most common argument is greenhouse gas makes sun stay in, makes earth hot, makes stuff melt, makes sea rise, makes bad stuff. So, you know, it's gonna be bad for humans primarily, you know, apart from like wiping out certain stuff and regions and that kind of thing. But it's like, you know, the earth is gonna survive longer than we do, you know? We're just gonna fuck ourselves. All rivers run to the sea. Rivers on the globe go up the curve before reaching sea level, in defiance of gravity itself.
But there isn't like an up and down though, it's a circle, and down is like to the center.
Oh, look, never mind. Australians aren't real, you bogan. So anyway, plain. Rivers on the plain are simply doing what they always did, go down towards sea level. People living in Australia defy gravity every day. Frosty brain, please. We have established that Australians aren't real. Come on now.
Flat Earth research. A compass can't work on a ball. Look at that, they're just pointing to question marks. But the north on a flat, it points to the magnetic mountain in the middle.
I would love to see if anyone actually tries to make the argument that, you know, the magnetic field, if you have like just a giant fucking magnet, if it actually gets stronger. And like, if you come close to it with your magnet, like, it just sucks it in. You know, do we have warning labels around the magnetic mountain? Like, don't go with chains close to the magnetic field. It's gonna choke you, unless that's what you're into. Ooh, magnetic mountain. Margarine is one molecule away from plastic and has 24 ingredients with paint. Bon appetit! You don't know how chemistry works, do you? I mean, that's basically this entire video, isn't it? It's like the hydrogen water stuff. Oh
yeah,
my
that's
God.
basically this entire
Here
video clip.
is a scary fact. I failed year 9, left school. I only have a year 8 pass. Had no idea where to go or what to do. But here is the scariest fact. I have proved myself to be more intelligent than most professors and every single frickin' greedy, stupid mRNA believer. Frightening. What do you mean mRNA believer?
Dude.
What do you think RNA is? You don't believe it exists? Is that...
Updated her cover photo. Look at that. The first time I saw you post this, I thought, wow, that's beautiful. And then I thought it looks like there's a slight curve to it. So this time I took a straight edge to it and it appears to have a curve.
Up. The 2D circular flat field of view around you is not physical Earth curve. We see the same distance in all directions. That would create a circle around you. We see the same distance in all due to perspective, not curvature. One thing I've noticed with so many of these posts is that people in general just underestimate how big the Earth is. Something that is round and really, really big is not going to be perceived as something round. This has actually been an argument in space exploration. How do we know that space is flat? So to say, flat in a 3D perspective, that is. Basically, if you go far enough in that direction, you're not gonna end up just coming back here. Is space round, so to say, or is it flat? And how you've done this is try to measure, for example, how galaxies that travel away from each other behave and stuff, as it looks like it's bending in some way or already going in a straight line, so to say, and there are coefficients for calculating this kind of stuff. That's sort of like one of those perspectives, like it's so large that you wouldn't be able to tell with just your naked eye. And the very same thing goes here, but of course the scale is very different. We're not talking about an observable universe here, we're talking about a planet. But still, if you're a little silly human and just look around you, it's going to be very difficult to tell that anything is round when everything is just so big. Ancient technology. The staircase to the Temple of Hathor is a complete mystery to archaeologists. The steps of the staircase to the Temple of Hathor located in Egypt are completely melted, which science cannot explain in any way, since they are built of solid granite. Upon further examination of the stairway steps, it becomes clear that the damage could not have been caused by erosion or normal wear and tear. According to some theorists, this is a clear sign that in ancient Egypt there were highly developed technologies that made it possible to make hard rock soft and assemble in any shape in the form of polygonal masonry. But, okay, but why would they go around and just melt random stairs, though? I have this super tech, bro. Watch me melt these stairs. The secret ingredient is limestone. The oceans were lower because at the dawn of man we just started killing those whales. They're rising now because of conservation efforts. Japan knows this, and that's why they still have a whaling practice. But their explanation doesn't correctly translate to English. Wait, hold on. Are you seriously saying that if sea levels are rising, it's because we're not killing enough whales, and the sea is so saturated with whales that we're all gonna drown? That is amazing. Do you realize how little whale there is per unit of water? Even if we let the whales breed uncontrollably, they would probably run out of food before we noticed that, like, rise in sea level. This is like that person, I think it was even a politician a couple of years ago, that was like, it's no worries if the sea level increases because we can just, like, take the boats out and compensate for it. Speaking of perspective, these people also have no idea of scale. Whales might be big compared to a human, but they're pretty tiny compared to the oceans of a planet. Why are the chemtrails left by jets not curved as they fly over the Earth on the same altitude? Because you're small! Oh, that felt good. Ooh, but they are. They have about a 0.00004% curvature, easily seen by the naked eye. I am just built very differently. Medical facts. 1. Dealing with cancer. Trademark. First step is to stop all sugar intake. Without sugar in your body, cancer cells will die a natural death. 2. Second step is to blend a whole lemon fruit with a cup of hot water and drink it for about 1 to 3 months. First thing before... Okay, this is also like kind of bogus, that is like laughably funny, but it's like actually going to hurt people. Someone with like an early stage diagnosis is going to read
quitting
this and
sugar
be like,
was going to
wow,
cure it,
I can just stop drinking
I'd be the skinniest bitch on the planet
and
right now.
have some lemon water, and it's all going to be good.
Why I drink distilled water. All of God's waters are distilled. Rain, mist, snow, dew, and fog, blood, urine, sweat, amnonic fluid, and breast milk. All distilled.
Breast milk is distilled. Okay.
The 3-letter organizations all tell you to not drink distilled, as they will leach minerals from your body.
Yeah, this is kind of bad for you, fam. It's not a good idea.
This is a half-truth, which makes it a lie. Yes, they will leach minerals from your body, but only the inorganic, toxic ones.
Not like my
brain hurts.
Distilled breast milk.
Food is for mineralization. Water is for detoxification.
But what are these toxins, though? Can you specify what the toxins are? Like salt,
Distilled water is the purest water. It acts like a magnet to pick up and remove all inorganic minerals and detox them from the body. It leaves all organic minerals behind. I also love how so many of these people try to like create these magic health things, but they just end up doing the exact opposite. They actually promote things that are like really unhealthy, and then they have convinced themselves that somehow it's gonna suck out all the toxins. It's wild. Ever wonder why you only want to use distilled water for machines? Yeah, because if you use it for a while, you're gonna get like caked up minerals inside of the machine. You know, that's sort of why. But we are not machines. Because spring water will calcify and clog those machines. We are machines. We are machines, and we all need detoxing to be healthy. I don't think you want to clean out your intestine the same way you clean out like your coffee maker at home. I'm just gonna be honest, fam. Heart disease is calcification of the arteries. Alzheimer's is calcification of the brain. MS is multiple calcifications of the body. Okay, so you're actually suggesting that heart disease, Alzheimer's, MS, arthritis is calcification of the bones. All of these can be cured
arthritis
if you just start drinking
wearing
distilled
down
water.
the bones.
That is nuts. That is absolutely
In fact, my
insane.
doctor showed me
Time
on,
to decalcify. Okay, yeah, no, don't do this. Don't listen to a word of this
where
post.
he's like,
this,
here,
this
you
is
see
insane.
this spot
Do you
where it
all
looks
remember
really kinda,
organic chemistry and
he's like, that's your
inorganic
arthritis.
chemistry?
And I was like, holy shit,
Inorganic
that's
is
kinda
generally rocks from Earth, and organic is what is produced from plants and fruits. Inorganic compounds are highly toxic to the body. Plants absorb inorganic minerals, not the human body. What? Alkaline water is the absolute opposite of distilled. Alkaline is filled with heavy inorganic minerals, makes the body acidic. But you can pick one. They're opposites. Pick one. It does not remove any gunk from the body. It fills it with gunk. You are floating and created in distilled water for 9 months in your mother's womb. These people don't know what alkaline means. They don't know what acidic means. They don't know what distilled means. This is just buzzword. This is equivalent to like the LinkedIn lunatics that put AI in every sentence. But it's just like minerals, chemistry, detox.
Still waiting for someone to prove the Earth spins using the scientific method. Oh my god, look, I'm a skeleton because I waited so long.
I think there is a distinct difference between someone explaining it to you and you actually understanding and accepting the explanation. You're probably growing old because you don't understand the explanation and don't want to accept it. Not that anyone has never explained it to you, if I'm gonna be honest. It's surprisingly simple anyway. Titan boa, the biggest reptile that ever lived during the age of the dinosaurs. Here's a big snake. Biggest reptile. Biggest snake. There were a lot of big reptiles during the dinosaur
Yeah, I was going to say, there were some reptiles
that's
that
a little bit of an oopsie, isn't it?
dwarfed.
Titan boa was a snake, not a reptile. Okay. Okay, well, snakes are reptiles. That's another little oopsie, isn't it? Let's see if the third comment corrects it. Dinosaurs didn't exist! Why is it just
my God, it's so
words?
bad.
Go read the Bible instead of making a fool of yourself. Why is it all wrong?
All of it's wrong.
Owens met Hitler after he won his gold medal. He said Hitler treated him great, unlike the president of the United States. Oh, this is that same schmuck that was like victim blaming that couple that got assaulted by 7 armed men because the husband of the relationship didn't go like all Winter Soldier on 7 armed men in the middle
Despite
of
the
the
fact
night.
that guy was
I
like
see that the great
70 or
texts
something.
just keep on coming, baby. Hell yeah. Hitler not liking black people is simply propaganda pushed by our media. What is happening to Twitter, man? Jesus Christ. The readers added context. Jesse Owens did not meet Hitler. Ah, community notes. To the rescue, baby.
I love
Black
community
people were
notes.
treated horribly by the Nazis. Jake, you need to chill with all the Nazi propaganda stuff. Good grief. I wasn't there, so I can't be sure. But according to Jesse Owens, he was treated amazing. I have no reason to believe he was lying. Oh my god, what the hell is this Twitter Jesus Christ, dude. Is this really what Twitter is turning into? Oh my god, I had low hopes, man, but this flabbergasts me in a negative
Twitter's
direction.
becoming more and more
JK,
successful.
JK, nobody's pissed off or trying to silence you. I simply disagreed with your publicly expressed opinion when you have literally no idea what it is like to grow up female.
I am a trans man. I grew up female, and I didn't transition until I was 40 at JK. I know what being a woman means, and I don't need to be anonymous at this point. Go ahead and post me. You already did. I just usually see you scratch out names, but I am happy to join the, I'm guessing crew of people arguing with JK. That is so embarrassing. That is so embarrassing. R/accidental ally is one of my favorite kinds of confidently
yes, I love
incorrect.
those. I love the accidental
The post
allies.
is already on there. Oh, heck yeah. Oh, I need to make another video on R/accidental allies. Such such a good
Yeah,
subreddit.
it's
Now with Pride
such-
Month coming
that
up,
is
it's
such a
very
good
good
subreddit. I love that
timing.
Reddit.
Yes, indeed. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why it
She
keeps
may
doing that.
technically be
It's-
correct if they never constipated the marriage. I mean, damn, I've heard marriages going sour over time, but this is a new one. In some jurisdictions, a marriage isn't complete until that happens. What, like the constipation? Constipated? It means intercourse after the wedding. I don't know. I don't know what you do on your wedding night, Sam, but I would hope that you're not constipated. Even if you did the naughties before you got married, many jurisdictions still have an old law in the books that says you have to do it. You have to get constipated on your wedding night, otherwise it doesn't count. For it to legally be marriage, it is very old-fashioned, but that's still the law in some places.
Man, yeah, back in the day when the diets were so bad they was constipated. Gotta change those laws.
Oh, I'm sure this 2024 Japanese video game is good and not yet another game with compromised designs and writing. Straight hair works best in any setting. The middle one looks stupid that it would not make sense in a magical setting.
Ah, you know those magical universes. You have spells, dragons, time travel, ancient wizards, all the cool shit. But God forbid if you have curls in your hair. That is one line that we cannot cross.
Natural hair growing out of someone's head doesn't make sense in a magical setting.
As if washing the hair does not happen in fantasy settings.
No, is this that racial stereotype that, like, black people never wash their hair and that's why things can be, like, curly or whatever? Is this that? Oh my god, I don't think I've seen that, like, as so blatantly in the wild before. That is... wow. I have caught 22,000 Pokemon, and about 55 of those were non-event shinies, making the shiny rate 0.25%. Oh no, is this a post about basic mathematics? No.
I mean, the easiest way to check this would be 22,000 divided by, 1% will be 1 in 100, so 1 in 25 will be 1 in 400, right? So if we just divide that by 400, we realize it's 55. It seems pretty correct, fam. Seems pretty correct.
Yeah? You struggle with math, huh? Your rate is not 0.25%. That would mean out of 22,000, you would have 5,500 shinies.
No, that would be like 25%.
Your rate is 0.0025.
No, it's not. 0.25%, my boy. There's a percentage sign there. Yeah, it's 0.0025 as a decimal. Yeah, you struggle in math, huh? 5,500 will be 25%.
No, it will be 0.25% because 1 is 100%.
That's literally what I posted. Ah, there is nothing like basic math posts to really wrangle the internet. Oh, yes, indeed.
Oh my god, it keeps going.
If we killed as many humans as animals are killed for food every day, humans would be extinct within 17 days.
Okay, wait, so if I brain this correctly, wipe everything out within 17 days, so that means more than 500 million a day. More than 500 million. Wow, that's a lot. It's actually not. The human population is in the trillions. The amount of animals killed for food is in the billions. Wait, what do you mean trillions? The human population goes up every day, just like on farms. So nice try, though. And by majority of abortions are done by women who already have kids / done for health. What is this? Abortion have to do with this? It's just botched math. Trillions. You're sure about that? Yep. I'm sure about that. Sorry, unlike y'all, I don't need to make up random numbers to suit myself.
But you did make up random numbers, my man.
Microphone, please. Are you okay? I don't need to make up numbers to prove my point.
Literally
makes up numbers to prove my point.
Wait. A quarter past 3 isn't 3:25? But 25 is a quarter?
Oh, babe.
3:15 isn't a quarter past 3. It will be 3:25.
I can't tell if you're joking.
I am not a quarter is 25. That's why a quarter is 25 cents.
But an hour is 60. A quarter of 60 is 15. Oh.
This P word was identified when police uncovered his identity by reversing the swirl effect he used online. Oh my god, that's so stupid. I mean, in one way, it's good that he was so stupid, so he got caught. That's very good. Imagine so confidently believing in like a default effect on your phone or something. That is wild.
Just gonna leave this here. Leave the kids alone. Normal children, woke teachers, or trans kids.
Do you own a mirror? That's pretty wild. That's a pretty wild take. Gosh darn. Is this just engagement farming with bogus?
Most third world migrants cannot assimilate into civil societies. Prove me wrong.
Third world refugee here. I have a PhD in English and I won a Pulitzer Prize in fiction. What have you done? You really set yourself up with that burn, didn't you? Ouch.
I know of a child who identifies as a hologram, says Britain's strictest head. Catherine says children allowed to self-identify as animals and moons should be moved to a different school by their parents.
Yeah, so have you even considered they are fricking with you?
Kids are identifying as cats.
You would not survive the days when Warriors was popular. Self-identify as moons make me think someone just said, I am a Capricorn moon, and she doesn't realize it's an astrology thing. Thank God she's not working with nursery-age kids. Today I hung out with a cat, dog, and family where mommy and daddy were gender swapped, and the kids were all blobs of Play-Doh, which they got bored of and started squashing into new kids. Growing up, I knew many kids who identified as Time Lords. When I first met my nanny family, the little girl came into the room on all fours meowing, and it was explained to me that she sincerely believed she was partially a cat. So fast forward like 2 or 3 weeks, and I'm walking said little girl to the playground, upright on 2 legs. And I just asked her directly, do you actually believe that you're partially a cat? And she shrugged and said, no, I just like cats. And then went on to describe all the characteristics of a cat that she liked and wanted to emulate. Then we went to the playground and played Cats vs. Aliens. It seems like such a weird, conflated non-issue, doesn't it? I mean, it's very obviously supposed to be some kind of anti-trans thing, but it becomes really cringe when you try to, like, use kids literally playing make-believe as, like, an argument against trans people. That's wild. I played a bunch of wild things when I was a kid. We pretended to be dinosaurs, for God's sake. We had another game where we LARPed as Pokemon. Doesn't mean that we genuinely believed we were Pokemon. This is so silly. Let's let the kids play their games, fam. Come on.
Queer Planet will be released in June. The documentary by NBC is focused on LGBTQIA+ tolerance among the animal kingdom. No, this is not satire.
What do you mean? That's pretty cute. There's plenty of examples of animals that express homosexuality. Like, for example, penguins. Gay penguins adopting abandoned babies. That is adorable. What would you add? What would you remove? The ideal woman only has female friends, wears modest and feminine clothing, wants to marry and have kids, loves her family and country, wants to be a stay-at-home mom, reads the Bible, wants to have 5 kids. 5 specifically, not 4, not 5.
Thou shalt count to 5 kids, and thou shalt not count to 4 kids unless them proceeding to 5. Thou shalt also not count to 6, and 7 is way off.
Hates communism, has no social media, fit and healthy, wants to homeschool her kids, go to church, loves children, likes to cook, natural hair. Man, like the weird explosion of trad wifey stuff I've seen on social media in the last year or so is kind of bonkers, fam. Oh, someone made an edit. The ideal woman has friends, wears clothing, wants to have, loves, wants a home, reads, loves chili, likes hair. Is human.
The Swift Society, Taylor Swift wore tea earrings at the 87th year of the era. Don't look at those tea earrings.
Readers, added context. That's the cross.
I am nearly 63 years old, so old enough to tell if there is a climate crisis.
Alright, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this person has no clue what they're talking about, or they're just LARPing a 63-year-old.
The answer is there's no climate crisis. The powers that want us to think there is, so they can make us poorer. Don't fall for it. It is a big scam.
This post kind of reminds me of the David Attenborough documentary, where he starts off the whole documentary with going through like his experience and all the places he have traveled, all the animals he have met, all that kind of stuff, and animals he can no longer meet, for example, because they are now extinct, and how drastically the world has changed since he started doing what he's actually doing. I would probably listen to that above this random Twitter user that is probably an edgy 15-year-old just LARPing anyway, so yeah. Pass.
Make churches 18+ to protect kids.
That's pretty funny sass, not gonna lie, hell yeah. Not just to protect against p-wording or further indoctrination, but also just because a lot of people at church are horrible, and I say this as a Christian. I have 3 autistic children, and put them in Sunday school while I was at services. Only much later did I find out that the people there told my children they wouldn't go to heaven because autistic people were born without souls. Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's horrible.
Can you imagine being that horrible of a person and being so terrible towards kids? There is a very specific lack of empathy. Like legit cruel towards children.
If the camera was on you,
have
just
my
add it
faith, but I
physically.
have
I would
zero
physically
faith in
recoil at
organized
that.
religion or
That
churches
is
as a whole. It's a shame that so many people use it
horrible.
as a crutch just to be buttholes. It's like, oh my god, I'm literally awful to kids, but if I just do loves and prayers on my Facebook page, then that's all. Then that doesn't matter. I'm a wonderful person. Jeremy Clarkson crowned sexiest man in the UK, second year in a row, beating Idris Elba and Tom Holland. If the whole Bodie Mac boatface incident taught us anything, it's that the Brits love rat f***ing a pole. English trolling at its best, like making Rage Against the Machine a Christmas song or Ding Dong the Witch is Dead the #1 on the charts after Thatcher dying. Oh my god, it's amazing.
1 star. Spoiler alert, what a colossal waste of time. Yeah, war is Poe. Everyone knows that. This movie literally makes you invested in characters and their development, and then removes any semblance of joy by killing them off in the end.
Is this a review of Game of Thrones or something?
There is nothing to be gained from watching this other than a colossal freaking headache.
I forgot to mention, it's quiet on the Western Front. Oh yeah, the First World War. You know that beautiful little fairy tale with all the happy endings and stuff and totally not people dying. Yeah, that one. Oh, here's the ideal woman again. What would you add? And it's posted a facepalm. And someone posted, how exactly is this facepalm worthy? Oh my god, it's like a quadruple facepalm. Hell yeah. Okay, but to talk about it slightly more seriously, just for a few seconds. If you want, for example, a traditional leaning relationship, that is perfectly fine. Like, you do you, and if you have a partner that genuinely wants that and goes along with it, that is perfectly fine. Though I can see it being quite dangerous for some people, because a lot of the folks I see, especially online, very heavily pushing this rhetoric, are people that want a partner that they can control. And having someone who is not financially independent, for example, is an incredibly easy way to control someone. So having like a traditional leaning relationship in of itself isn't something wrong, but I do believe a lot of people that are heavily pushing this, especially in the online spaces, are doing it for very much the wrong reasons. So I think it's something important to look out for. So anyway, that's like that little rant out of the way. Let's look at the next wholesome post. Oh my god, what is this? I did the 15 minutes of butthole sunning yesterday and feel supercharged for my week. I didn't even need coffee this morning. I woke up bright and ass cancer. Great, ass cancer is a good kick in the morning, I suppose. That's great. Thank you. I didn't need to be reminded this trend existed. Please. Well, laddies, lasses, and lassos, I do hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed having you here and learned something today. Or maybe, like, it's the opposite of learning. You learned what is not correct, so then you sort of learn. It's like learning by looking at someone else making mistakes, but the same thing with knowledge. Just if you know everything that's fake, then you're pretty knowledgeable, I guess. It's just like the process of elimination. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, you beautiful being, and I will see you again in the very near future. And take care. Mwah.
Alrighty. Totally forgot I was subscribed to her. Alright, let's get this one open. Are we working? What's going on here? I need to change the game. Why is this not loading? There we go. Goddamn. Okay. There we go. Wait, how do I remove it? Ah, there we go. Nice. Alright. I'm gonna start off simple, because, you know, I just want to get, you know, get the basics sorted.
Stay with his drip. Gave the old ox a handful of month-old grass. He spat it in my face and tried to carve me a new nipple.
No hovel. Tomorrow, find a new home. In town.
Gave the old ox a handful of month-old grass. He spat it in my face and tried to carve me a new nipple.
Summer's coming soon, and soon the beating sun.
Okay, how do I assign?
Can I stay where there's drink?
We all know what that means. Summer's coming soon, and soon the beating sun.
Time to find a good tree with a soft ground. Summer's coming soon, and soon the beating sun.
Can I stay with his drip? We all know what that means. Summer's coming soon. Soon the beating sun.
A fresh start for me and me own. Summer's coming soon, and soon the beat. Sun.
Time to find a good tree. Soft. Summer's coming soon, and soon the beating sun.
Fresh start for me and me own.
Come on, laddie. Come on. Summer's coming soon. Soon. beating sun.
No hovel. Tomorrow, find a new home. Town. Fresh start for me and me own. Summer's coming soon. Soon the beating sun. If I have to spend another winter in Albert's farm, I'd like to freeze me balls off. Even with his wife to keep me warm.
Come along, lad. Come on, lad. Come on.
There we go.
Another beam coming up. Summer's coming soon. Soon the beating sun.
Come along, lad. Come on, laddie, come on. Come on, lad, come along.
Fresh start for me and me own. There we go.
Come on, laddie, come along. Come on, laddie, come on.
Bring this here, move that there, on and on.
Summer's coming soon. Soon, the beating sun.
Can I stay where there's drink? Summer's coming soon. Soon the beating sun. Why do I have to carry this alone?
Okay.
Trying to find a good tree and stuff around. Oh, this is heavier than it looks. It's heavier.
Okay, that's cool. That you can literally see the guy. moving stuff. That is super neat.
This is heavier than it looks.
Okay, it's down. Let's put the road out there.
A fresh start for me and me own. Let's straighten this up. Summer's coming soon, and soon the beating sun. Summer's coming soon, and soon the beating sun.
I'll stay with his drink.
Summer's coming soon, and soon the beating sun. If I have to spend another winter in Albrecht's barn, I'd like to freeze me balls off, even with his wife to keep me warm.
Yeah, okay, it's gonna be best.
Summer's coming soon, and soon the beating sun.
Alright.
Time to find a good tree in soft ground. Summer's coming soon, and soon the beating sun. Can I stay where there's drink? Summer's coming soon, and soon the beating sun.
Alright, that gives a couple homes. Speed things up a bit.
Just give me a hammer and something needs to not move. I'll put it in its place.
Summer's coming soon, and soon the beating sun. There's no hovel. Tomorrow, find a new home. Town. If I have to spend another winter in Albrecht's barn, the fields need a bit of a drink. So could I.
Summer's coming soon, and soon the beating sun.
Yeah.
Can I stay where there's drink?
We all know that, mate.
Gets rainy like this and the wife won't get out of bed. Says her head hurts. I tell her maybe you didn't scream at me all the time, wouldn't hurt. Don't listen though.
Probably should build a church.
Come on, laddie. Come on.
Okay, so I need...
Come along, lad. There's no hobble. Tomorrow, I can do my own. Can I stay with his drink? This is heavier than it looks. Why do I have to carry this alone?
Need more people.
Can I stay with his drink?
Just like that high, so... Alright.
If I have to spend another winter in Albrecht's barn, I'd like to freeze me balls off, even with his wife to keep me warm.
Bring this here, move that there. But we all know what that means, don't we? Gave the old ox a handful of month-old grey. He spat it in my face and tried to carve me a new nipple.
Woo! Alright, let's get some food going. Alright. Progress is being made.
I wonder who's floating away today. Hasn't stopped since the morn. Bring this here, move that there, on and on. is heavier than it looks. Why do I have to carry this alone? Come on, laddie. Come on. Come along, lad.
Because I don't want a bunch of extra places until I actually have the people to fill them.
Snowy Alps. Bristle Landing, what is it?
Gave the old ox a handful of month-old grey. He spat it in my face and tried to carve me a new nickel.
Yay!
We all know what that means.
Hooray!
Summer's coming soon. Soon, being summer.
Come on, laddie. Summer's coming soon, and soon the beating sun. In the rain or snow, there's still work. Summer's coming soon, and soon the beating sun.
Gave the old ox a handful of month-old rat. He spat it in my face and tried to carve me a new nipple. Summer's coming soon, and soon the beats.
Why do I have to carry this alone?
Wait, so which one is off?
This is heavier than it looks. Summer's coming soon, and soon the beating sun. Gets rainy like this and the wife will get out of bed. Says her head hurts. I tell her maybe screaming all the time wouldn't hurt.
We all know what that means, don't we?
Okay, this is kind of cool. Like, I'll give credit for that. This is pretty awesome. Just gonna look at your property. See what you got back here. Except for the outhouse. Okay. That was fun for a second, but...
This is heavier than it looks.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay, no, still need to keep somebody unassigned.
Gave the old ox a handful of month-old grain. He spat it in my face and tried to carve me a new nipple.
Woo. Okay, it's alright, alright. It's pretty nice. Okay, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Alright, darlings. I'm tapping out for tonight. It is 1 o'clock in the morning and I need to get to bed. Guru probably isn't going to be on long, but I want to show some love. So we're going to go say hi to him. As per the usual, darlings, be good, be kind, make good choices. Don't do anything too crazy, because crazy is good and crazy is bad. I'll be back Wednesday, probably 7. Maybe a little earlier, kind of depends on how long it takes after I get over to Captain's house on Wednesday.